What is a first lady? I mean, it's not all pearls and smiles, people. What does she do? And should they influence your vote? Many first ladies influence the nation. For example, Pat Nixon encouraged volunteerism. Nancy Reagan founded the ever so popular Just Say No to Drug Awareness campaign. The role of first lady is clearly not an elected one, and it carries no official duties or salary.
Pat Nixon was very much the helpmate, the quiet wife. I don't think Pat Nixon had any real interest in politics. I don't think she cared about it that much.
On the other hand, because of the strong work ethic, she could do politics. Just some hours after her first child, Patricia, was born, she was out doing campaign things. She was the most well-traveled wife, at least up to that point, of a president.
On August 9, 1974, Richard Nixon resigned following news of his involvement in the Watergate scandal. It was an abrupt ending for Pat Nixon.
She was deeply saddened and very distressed. She believed that Watergate was simply a political firestorm, that it was going to subside.
A lot of what she learned about Watergate occurred in the very last days when transcripts were released.
Nancy Reagan worked differently with her husband's chiefs of staff. After the attempted assassination in 1981, Nancy became the protector-in-chief.
Her political antenna and her antenna particularly about personnel were extraordinarily sensitive, and she was his protector, and she was very good at it.
I think I'm aware of people who are trying to take advantage of my husband.
Reagan couldn't adjust to sharing power with the First Lady. Someone had to go, and it wouldn't be Nancy.
He ended up getting fired. He ended up getting fired by the president when he hung up the telephone on the First Lady. That's not just a firing offense, it may be a hanging offense.
Hillary Clinton sought out to reform healthcare in the U.S.
Mrs. Clinton on the plight of children in America, the question of abortion, divorce, and the times she's had to bite her tongue in her own marriage.
The role is an incredibly respected and important one.
Tonight, Hillary Clinton under siege. This week, the spotlight was supposed to be on her important new book about the condition of children in America, and we will talk about that a bit later. But there's now an avalanche of serious charges and sharp criticism of the First Lady, who has been called a congenital liar by a columnist.
You see, the picture that's coming out is of this domineering First Lady. Do you think that you are becoming more of a negative than a positive force for your husband? Are you becoming a political liability?
Oh, I hope not, because I love my husband, and I really believe in what he's doing, and I want to help him. But I have campaigned with him for, you know, gosh, ever since I've known him, and I'm going to do the same thing in this upcoming election. At the end of the day, the American people will know we have nothing to cover up. There is nothing that we have done that should be of any concern to anyone. We've tried, maybe not as smartly as we could have, to answer people's questions, but we'll keep doing the best we know how.